Happy Veterans Day, you all. Just thought I'd make this video. I'm driving back from a delivery. I want to talk about food delivery pimping. So happened on my delivery, I noticed a couple I was picking up from Walmart because we have contracted to work through Walmart. And Walmart is cracking down on passengers riding with. I recently had an experience where I told my passenger, it's better they not come because they tend to have road rage. And being a delivery driver, that and road rage doesn't work together. You're out there pretty often. You never know, the person you're road raging against might be the one you're delivering to. I've had that happen where the person in front of me, they may have a notice that delivery's on their way and they're rushing home, and here you are behind them. You can't be driving like a lunatic. So thank God that's never happened, but I've seen it where the customer is driving ahead of me into their own property, or they're behind me, following me, and that's happened because I've driven off and on. I've done over 2,000 deliveries for one company alone, 2,500 actually. So that's one company. I'm with 3 companies, but I've done it for years. A few years ago before the pandemic, and I've resumed to doing it now. Again, I'm doing besides my career. I've had an accident happen where I had to add extra income, and this has been a blessing, these delivery jobs. Well, back to the pimping. So I looked over, and this couple, they were being told by a Walmart associate that management is cracking down on having a passenger because if they need your whole car, front seat, back seat, trunk, all this. So they're saying this, and I thought, oh, they're probably going to say something, let the other person out, and say, okay, well, I can resume. But they drove off. They didn't complete their delivery, while others of us are waiting in our spots. But so regarding the pimping, as I looked over at this couple, I noticed the lady, she just looked very familiar, of a couple in another state that actually introduced us to this. They said they were doing deliveries and they were contractors, had their own business. I'm like telling the guy I'm with, I'm like, your crowd, how are they? And this guy, has his own business? I had no idea. And this was over 6-7 years ago. What he was talking about is because I was Airbnb in my house at the time. I had a great career, so I'm like, the people he was hanging with, what? They're contracting, making money? And he said, yeah, they can Airbnb our room. They have money. They work during the day, contracting, delivering things. And when I came to find out, is this poor lady, she looked the situation she was living in. I mean, she later, she had 8 children she told me about. She'd been in and out of different housing, and that's why she needed Airbnb. She had a toddler with her who was autistic and just had her hands full. And then she had 2 other children under the age of 5. So she had 8 children. Some were living with her, some weren't. I guess most weren't. But let me come back. There's traffic here. I'm in the boonies, and it's no signal lights in a lot of these areas. So try and continue my video if you're still here with me. But back to the pimping. So this guy that she was with, like I said, she knew the guy that I was dealing with, and she was going with the guy I was dealing with, and I was like, how could they have their own business? The car is kind of raggedy, and okay, I'm interested. And I was told, hey, we can make good money doing this. So this is a joke. I'm like, that's how I came to find out about this. But the whole thing is, come to find out, every delivery that she had, there's an option where they call it cash out from a lot of these companies, where as soon as you do a delivery, you can get that money. There may be a small fee, but you can get that money. And the lady, even though she had these children and her life was kind of rough at the time, she still had a good record where she can qualify, get the background check, and do the deliveries for those food delivery companies. But the thing is, this guy who was not living quite right would actually drive her car, and just do these deliveries with her there, of course, because if they got pulled over, he didn't have a license, so she needed to be there. But he'd cash out and basically be blowing her money, and the lady was basically broke. And I let them stay in my place, but mainly her, because she had these children. As I said, it was a nice house I had that I was Airbnb-ing. I had to let them go after the second night because the children punched holes in my wall, and they just tore up my rooms. They did so much in a couple of nights. It was unbelievable. So she had to go. But the thing is, they were struggling. She was stressed out. She couldn't parent and mind her children, who were very hyper. She couldn't be the mother that she needed to be because she was actually being pimped doing deliveries. Every delivery, she was basically broke. It was just so strange. Going to the food bank to get food when you're actually working all day, working all night, but it's actually a guy that's taking your money. And she didn't have a place to stay. She had I was told she had what you call these, I guess, housing vouchers, because she had 8 kids, so she got plenty of money from the government for assistance. And she even told me about it. She said, I get this much money. It was thousands. I get this much money. I'll be able to pay you to stay here. But like I said, after that day of damage, seeing my bathroom damaged like that, the wall, and seeing the room I let them stay in damaged like that, I was like, no way. And I didn't want them around either. So yeah, but this pimping does exist, because this was years ago in another state, and this couple, they just reminded me of them so much. The lady looked disheveled, her hair, just like you could tell this woman's going through it. For a young woman to not even comb her hair back, it's all over her head, and like an old perm, and just broken off, just weird. But when she talks, because when you see someone like that, you're like, they're insane. But when they talk, like, I even overheard this lady today talking to the Walmart employee. She sounded normal, but she looked like the situation she was in. I said, she's being pimped. And I saw the young guy, he still looked young, just in the driver's seat. And I'm like, here goes this pimping. But like I said, we can't judge, because I was in a situation where the person I was with had a good job and was giving me gifts and helping me out. And next thing you know, I was in the driver's seat of my own car saying, oh my goodness, you're cashing out again. There's bills that need to be paid. So, I'm sure there's a lot of pimping going on. I'm glad Walmart's cracking down on drivers being in the car, because then when that man came up to that car, and that Walmart associate guy came up to that car and informed them that management's cracking down, these pimps will have to at least get out the car, where they won't be able to cash out so much. And hopefully, ladies that are stuck in this pimping situation, hopefully these men will get out the car where they'll get to spend the money on some food. I mean, I did deliveries where I remember I delivered food to a lady, and I seen her before. I had delivered to her before. But this time, something she said, I don't remember what it was, but I remember it was around 6 o'clock. I hadn't eaten all day. And she said something, and I bursted out crying. I had a basic delivery pimp in the car next to me, cashing out. Didn't even have enough for food, and here I am delivering food all day. And I don't eat junk food, so it smells good, it's tempting, but I don't believe in touching the people's food, and plus I don't believe in eating the food. So, well, goddamn, get on over. How are you gonna cross over in front of me like that? I got a stop sign, and you're basically crossing over in front of the stop sign on me, like coming over in my lane. Let me get off this phone. We got to pay attention on these roads out here. Stay safe, you all. Bye.